I just scanned the entire Qantas frequent flyer website, and in today's video I'm going to give you the top 5 flights that you can use your Qantas points on and book right now. Now, when I was looking through the Qantas website, there were 2 things in particular that I was looking for. The first being destinations that Aussies actually want to travel to, and the second are flights that give you high redemption value. In today's video, you're not going to find me talking about using your points on economy flights to Bali. Instead, the flights that I'm going to share with you are going to present somewhere between 4 to 10 cents worth of value for every point that you redeem. Now, before I share with you the top 5 flights that you can book this week with your Qantas points, if you do enjoy these types of videos, I would really appreciate it if you gave this video a thumbs up and left a comment so I know that this sort of content is helpful to you. And if you are frustrated that you have Qantas points but you can't use them, then check out the link in the video description. In there you'll find my Patreon group, and every single day I'm scanning the Qantas frequent flyer platform and giving my members the best reward seats that they can book. Now, with that out of the way, let's get straight into the first redemption. So the first redemption that I want to share with you is going to be Santiago to Sydney in business class on Qantas. This is a very rare reward seat that you can book right now. If you want to book this flight, it's available on the 31st of July and it will set you back 108,000 Qantas points. Usually on this route from Santiago to Sydney, it's with LATAM Airways. Their business class product is not as good as the Qantas product, but this particular flight that I'm sharing with you is for a Qantas business class seat. Now, usually if you're going to pay cash for that same seat, it's going to set you back over $8,000. Meaning that you're going to get 8 cents of value for every point that you redeem on this flight. Now, there is only 1 seat available on this route, so if you did happen to miss out, be sure to follow me on TikTok and Instagram because I'm releasing alerts like this every single day. The next redemption that I want to talk about is going to be Vancouver to Sydney in business class. This will be on a Qantas flight and it's for the 22nd of November. It's going to set you back 108,000 Qantas points. Last week on the channel, I shared a flight from Sydney to Vancouver. So now we're talking about from Vancouver back to Sydney. These sort of flights are usually between $10,000 to $11,000 when you're paying with cash. These are the redemption values that we really like, around that 10 cents of value for every point that you're redeeming. There is a good reason why it's made it into the list this week. The third redemption that you can use your Qantas points on right now is going to be Sydney to Singapore. Singapore is a key destination because of a couple of reasons. The first is you can just go there for a holiday. It's a nice destination. But the second reason, and probably the more important reason, is because it's also a very important gateway to go to other places in the world. What I mean by that is if you can get to Singapore, you can then get onwards into Europe. And today's redemption is in business class on the 9th of October. It's going to set you back 75,000 Qantas points. Now, something that I haven't mentioned on the screen here and is very important is that on this date there are 9 business class reward seats available. This is a really big deal because if you're traveling with families, it's very hard to get more than 2 reward seats at any one time. Having 9 business class reward seats available on this flight means that you can bring the whole family with you. Now, this flight is actually a British Airways flight. It's not a Qantas flight, but you can use your Qantas points on this flight. So again, that will cost you 75,000 Qantas points. If you were going to pay cash for this flight, it's usually going to set you back around $4,000, meaning that converts into a redemption value of about 4 to 5 cents for every point that you redeem. It's not as high as the other ones that we've previously talked about, but because there are so many reward seats available on this particular flight, it's definitely worth mentioning in today's video. The fourth one that I want to talk about is going to be Sydney to Tokyo. Tokyo is a destination that a lot of Aussies want to go to right now. I did mention this route on the video last week, but I am going to continue to bring it up because so many people do want to go to Japan. Now, something that I have noticed is that last week there were more reward flights available to Tokyo. So it seems like they are getting snapped up as time goes on. If you are interested in going to Japan, I wouldn't leave this reward seat for too long. Go ahead and book it right now. That's a business class flight, Sydney to Tokyo on the 25th of July, 82,000 Qantas points, which will be on a Qantas flight. You'll usually pay somewhere between $4,000 to $5,000 if you were going to buy that same seat with cash. Again, similar value to the Singapore flight, 4 to 5 cents of value for every point that you redeem. Finally, the last redemption that I want to talk about today is going to be Honolulu to Melbourne. Last week, I discussed Melbourne to Honolulu, and I really do like Hawaii, so I thought I would include that in today's video. Honolulu to Melbourne in business class on the 2nd of September will set you back 82,000 Qantas points. Now the good news about this business class seat is that it will be in a lie flat cabin. It's not on a Jetstar business class product, which does not have the lie flat seats. That makes a huge difference when you're going on this 10-hour flight to Hawaii. The cash price for this flight will usually set you back around $4,000, meaning you're going to get 4 to 5 cents of value for every point that you redeem. Those are the top 5 reward seats that I found on the Qantas website this week. Again, if you do want earlier access to those reward seats, be sure to follow me on TikTok and Instagram. And for even more reward seat alerts every single day, be sure to check out the link in the video description, which is for my Patreon group. In there, you'll get direct DM access to me, so if you have any specific questions for your trip, just go ahead and shoot them to me in there. That is all for today's video. I will see you in the next one.